Thank you, everyone. Today I will be conducting my presentation on my findings in regards to my thesis project, which is on personalized learning. So I want to thank you all for being in attendance today. To start off the agenda, which will be, all this will go with my project, which is personalized learning. As far as my agenda, we have my introduction. I will also explain the statement of problem, my hypothesis, the participants, my data analysis, my findings, which are 4 findings, and last but not least will be my conclusion. Okay. So any of you guys have any questions, we'll see if we can save our questions for last. There is a slide in which I'm going to save all those questions till the end. Okay. So personalized learning, introduction. So my question for my thesis project was, how effective is personalized learning for students in completing high school? So 3 things that I came up with. The model of personalized learning allows for teachers to connect and engage with each student on a one-to-one basis, right? So again, for students that are part of this learning environment, they're able to connect with the teachers and work with them on a one-to-one basis. As opposed to a traditional high school, we're talking 40 students to 1 teacher, right? So not all students are getting the same attention, support, or guidance that they need. The second one, teachers also work with students who face unique challenges with learning. We may have an individual who may have an IEP, who may also have some kind of a learning disability. Again, they're able to get this one-on-one attention, okay? The third one, this allows for teachers to work in consideration with the student's individual learning style and at different pace, method, and in which each student excels, right? So again, through this personalized learning, teachers are able to work with these students on more, like as I mentioned, on a one-to-one basis, but also be able to allow the student to work at their own pace, where if the individual has a certain learning style or method that they want to work with, teachers are able to respect that. So my statement of problem, between October 2004 and October 2005, 4 out of every 100 high school students in the United States left high school without receiving a high school diploma or equivalent. So this is my main problem. What can we do to help these individuals that are dropping out of school, right? If you're not being successful in a traditional school setting, right? How about personalized learning, right? Maybe this is something that they need. It's, again, small classroom. They're able to work on a one-to-one basis, okay? So my hypothesis. How personalized learning can be an effective learning environment for students who have faced many challenges in traditional schools. Number 1, what are some essential elements of personalized learning, right? These are my questions that went with my research project. Number 2, how do teachers create environments that promote personalized learning? Number 3, how do students receive credit through personalized learning as far as credit recovery? Right, so these were some of my questions that goes with my thesis project. Again, these are some of the questions that I'll be answering throughout this presentation. The participants in this project are all high school students. Some of them have had their own experience with this personalized learning. Many of them have faced challenges in traditional classrooms-based instruction, and a lot of these students graduated with their high school diploma from a high school that offers personalized learning. So data analysis. So this is an intense review of personalized learning. So 2 times a week during these past 6 months led to some amazing findings based on my surveys and instruments. So, I started this project back in April, right? So I was able to do a lot of researching, a lot of, talking to many of these students one-on-one and interviewing and surveys. So I was able to find some intense findings based on my project, right? So the participating in the study were students that have faced many obstacles in traditional schools and were in danger of dropping out of school. Some of the kids that I was able to interview faced challenges and were in danger of dropping out of school. The second one, some of these risk factors encompass foster, homeless, teen parents, special ed, etc. So Again, many of these students that are part of our schools, that are part of personalized learning are either foster, or either homeless, or either in danger of dropping out of school, or teen parents that are not able to pursue their education in a traditional school-based setting. Again, it's all based on the schedule. And in a traditional school-based setting, they're going to school Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., right? But in a setting something like this, they're able to come up with their own schedule by attending school once or twice a week, okay? And lastly, personalized learning was a key for these students to be able to complete their high school diploma. Again, it's not that we're trying to compare, personalized learning with the traditional school. Again, it's just, it's just a learning environment that these kids were able to become successful and eventually be able to earn their high school diploma. So, finding number one, as you guys can see on the survey, this indicates that students believe that personalized learning environment is a positive school environment for them, okay? So, as we can see over here, about 61% of the students feel that staff here at Crestview understands their educational and academic needs, meaning that these kids feel that they're able to, they were able to build a rapport with their teachers, right? And also are able to receive the attention and support that they need. 58% of them feel that they're safe here at school. 62% feel that it is important for them to attend, school appointments. So again, personalized learning, you're able to come up with your own, appointment date and time, right? So students are able to come up with, here's an example. If students only want to come to school on Wednesdays, they're able to pick the date and the time to be able to meet with the teachers, right, on that specific appointment date. Now, are they able to come to school more than once? Yes, they're able to come to school more than once as long as they're turning in their credits every single week. So here, I'll allow you guys to take some time and read through this and see what the results were. I actually started my surveys back in April. So this is it took me April, May, and all of April and May to be able to conduct all my results here. Okay? So, any of you guys have any questions at this moment? No questions? All right. We'll go ahead and move on. Finding number 2. Personalized learning has a flexible pacing schedule for students based on personal needs. Depending on the individual skill level, students can complete 1 to 3 credits per week. Since instruction is one-to-one, teachers are able to modify and differentiate instructional techniques. And personalized learning has a flexible pacing schedule for students based on their personal needs. So if we look at bullet number 1, the flexible pacing schedule for students based on their personal needs. Again, I may have one student, Johnny, coming in who works Monday through Thursday, right? And works 12 hours a day, right? So the only days that he'll be able to come to school is Friday. So again, we're trying to be flexible for the best of that individual, okay? Instruction through a setting like this is one-to-one. So if we have an individual who's struggling in algebra or math, we have, in Crestview or this setting, has 6 different teachers that are specialized in an academic subject. So if Haley Martinez is struggling in biology, she's able to meet with Mrs. Urbano and be able to get that one-on-one support with Mrs. Urbano, who's the credential teacher for that subject. We'll go ahead and move on. Number 3, this is an example of an academic plan. This academic plan allows students to monitor their progress towards graduation, right? So with this academic plan, students are able to see, it's a little blurry, I'm sorry. Students are able to see their freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior credits. They're able to see what classes have they completed, what classes have they not completed. This right over here on this side over here, which is numbered from 1 through 13, represents how Crestview, which offers personalized learning, is, operates their school, which they're open all year round. So they don't go based off on semesters, but they go more based off on learning periods. So every learning period represents 4 weeks. So here, we're able to see that this student right over here, we can't really see the number, but, based on, from what I had when I included it on my project, this individual completed 9 credits, this LP. If we move on to the next one, this student completed 14 credits, 9 credits, 10 credits, and etc. So they're able to see their progress throughout the whole school year. This section is able to show the student's expected graduation date. So again, it all depends on the individual. If this individual does 1 credit a week, they'll graduate by July 24th, 2017. This is just an example. If they focus on doing 1 credit up 2 credits a week, they'll be able to graduate on this date, and it'll continue on. It'll also show the rate that this individual is going by. So this individual is actually going at a rate of doing 1.75 credits per week. How does an individual earn a credit? 1 packet is worth 1 credit. So the individual is to work on that packet, complete it, meet with the teacher, take a test, and once that individual passes that test, they'll be able to get a credit for that specific subject that they're working on. But this is something that students here at this school setting were able to find useful for them to be able to complete their high school diploma, because it not only motivated them, but they were able to see how much they've been able to accomplish throughout these past 4 or months or weeks. Okay. The next one, this is an example of a modified assignment used at Crestview South, which was where I conducted my study, typically for students who have an IEP or need special accommodations. So students with an individualized educational plan, which is an IEP, are given accommodations and modifications based on the IEP or modifications, right? So here is an example of an assignment that was modified for an individual who has an IEP. So this is an example of geometry, credit number 7, right? So we were able to make some accommodations. So there are 5 lessons, right? So we cut the assignment back and had the individual work on problems 1 through 1 through 20, but we can either cut it back and say only work on the even or only work on the odd. Okay? It just all depends on the student, on the teacher, and on the IEP. This is an example of a student accountability plan. This allows for students to see their progress throughout the semester, as well as planning courses for the semester. So below is an example. So this right over here is something that the counselors and teachers use, and this is more for like planning courses for the semester for the individual. We've been having, there's been students enrolling here at this school setting who want to go back to their traditional schools, but need to recover certain credits, right? So this will allow the counselors and the teachers to plan out the classes for semester 1. For example, this individual, right, enrolled here at this school setting. So for semester 1, we assign this individual English 2, credit number 10, English 2, it needs to complete 10 credits, geometry, world history B, and a couple of elective classes. So if this individual is able to follow this plan and complete these credits this semester, then we're able to focus on the courses for the second semester, and we do the exact same thing. It's just that I didn't include the back part of this plan, but this is something that students were able to find very useful here, especially for those students that want to go back to their traditional school. This was very helpful for them to be able to, either complete their high school diploma or go back to their traditional school. Okay. So my conclusion, the one-on-one component is a crucial aspect of providing personalized instruction and addressing the needs of a diverse student population. Teachers get to know students on an individual level, and consequently, teachers are able to learn with teaching strategies that work best for the individual. Students who need extra help can take the time to complete their assignments and receive the extra help they need. Students are not rushed throughout the units because they need to be able to prove mastery in one unit. So at this school setting, which offers personalized learning, they don't like to rush the students through the whole packet or the credit, because they wanna make sure that they understand the concept or that they understand the assignment, okay? So once the individual completes their assignment, the teacher and the individual will sit down together, review it together. There may be a quiz or maybe not, and then they will allow the individual to take the test and then, earn a passing grade on it. Recommendations for further study. The concept of personalized learning is to provide a rigorous program for students who are behind in reaching academic goals towards graduation. The personalized learning approach allows students to receive individualized attention while being held to the highest level of rigor. The personalized approach affords students the opportunity to ask questions and become actively involved in their education. As the student population continues to grow, I will implement more surveys and questionnaires to appropriately reflect the needs of our student population. So, based on my study, I do feel that students here, through a learning environment like this, are able to receive the support and attention that they need. I feel that students are able to work at their own pace. Again, as I mentioned, there are teen parents that attend a school setting like this. We have working students that need to provide care for their families. And there are also students that need to recover credit if they want to go back to their traditional school. And they're able to connect with their teachers on a one-on-one basis. They're able to work at their own pace. And best of all, they are able to build a good rapport with their teachers. I'm gonna take this time and see if you guys have any questions for me. Yes?
How did you actually do your studies to figure out?
Say that again?
How did you do and ask the questions towards, like, getting from everyone? Did you ask a single student about how they felt towards the school?
Yes, I actually went around and I was I conducted surveys, and I also interviewed a few students who I interviewed a few students that were gonna be graduating, because I felt like if I get their feedback, I was gonna be able to get more answers through them. Because if they were gonna be graduating from here, eventually there was something that they liked about this setting, you see what I mean? So yes, I did go around and I interviewed a lot of individuals. And I also interviewed many students that were actually gonna transfer back to the traditional school and see how they felt while attending this school. And I also got a lot of feedback on that. But again, it was all gonna be tied into my research project. Any questions? Yes?
People that graduate from here in traditional high school, do you think there's like a big difference in how they're taught or what they know or how it's run?
Well,
Like how, I don't say intelligent, but like what they learn, like do you think there's a big difference, a drop off?
a big difference between a setting like this and a traditional school?
Yeah.
Well, again, it just all depends on the students, right? Some students are able to perform well in a traditional setting. Some students are able to perform better in a school setting like that offers personalized learning. It just all depends on their needs. It all depends on the challenges that they face, right? Some students may need extra one-on-one support, right? So a setting like this is a perfect one for them. Some students are able to perform better by being in a traditional school setting, and I understand traditional schools, I mean, there's more to offer, right? There's, sports, there's, after-school events, there's clubs that they can join, right? But there's that individual that may be lacking on their academics, right? So what else can we offer for that individual, right? I understand, he's doing great, he's in clubs and playing sports, right? But he needs support in the academic level, right? So if he's not performing well in a traditional classroom, right, what else can we offer for them, right? Maybe they need that one-on-one support, right? Which is why we offer something like this here at the school. Any other questions from anybody? Yes?
What happens if you don't get one-on-one? communication with the student and the teachers, and what happens if, like, one of the teachers here are rushing the students to do the homework at a certain time?
Well, as far as rushing, maybe that individual spent too much time on that assignment, right? Maybe that individual wasn't coming to school often. But one thing that I do know is that if there are individuals that haven't been coming to school here at this school setting for like 2 or 3 weeks, I know teachers are always calling these students to make sure that they're coming to school, you know, offering if they need any extra support or help, that, you know, that there's tutors here available for them to help them out, right? But it could be maybe they're just trying to get the individual, you know, earn a credit and not fall behind, right? But I know for a fact, you know, even, you know, whether if they're getting pushed or rushed to get the assignment, maybe there was some kind of a modification, right? Maybe they're just having the individual focus on certain sections of that assignment. As long as they get that learning, they'll be able to move on and pursue the next credit, right? So it just all depends also, you know, if they haven't been coming to school, we gotta try to get them in so they can earn credit so they don't fall behind, right? Because the more they wait, right, and the more they're doing any credits, what's gonna happen to the individual? They're gonna fall behind, right? Any other questions from anybody? Well, again, I wanna thank you guys so much for being a part of this presentation. I will give you guys a copy of my thesis or my action research project so you guys can, you know, take a look at it and read through it. Other than that, I do wanna thank you guys so much for coming, okay?